let's go ahead and jump ahead. That was because we've talked about the risk assessment, but I also want to make sure that we spend a little bit of time talking about Customer Identification Program, or CIP, okay? Because this is the first step of any KYC or Know Your Customer process. And really, if you look at page 6 at the top under letter 3, that it's bold and italics, and the whole purpose of your CIP program is to form a reasonable belief that you know the true identity of your customer. So in other words, you are confident that this customer is who they say they are, and that's it. Now, as part of that process, there are some requirements. We're going to be obtaining specific bits of information. So name, physical address, date of birth, tax ID. We're obtaining that information, and then we're going to verify it. Okay. Now, I'm camping out here for 2 reasons. First, when I go into financial institutions or I go into banks and I talk to people on the front lines who are actually completing the CIP process, they're starting to get confused as what's the difference between CIP and customer due diligence. It starts to blend together because a lot of times your CIP documents are happening at the same time you are doing that account opening customer due diligence, and they start to lose track on what exactly they're doing. The other reason I bring it up is there's a 2-step process here. And like I said, when I go out and I talk to people on the front line, we have on our front lines, we have our best customer service representatives are out there. That's why they're there. That's why they're the tellers. That's why they're dealing with customers on, in person, is because they're good at customer service. The problem there is, and when in CIP specifically, here's what happens. They come in, somebody wants to open the account, and they put on their customer service hat and they want to make it as easy as possible. So what do? They ask for their identification, and then they take that ID and they just type the information directly from that ID card straight into your system. And that's missing the point. You understand that the whole purpose of CIP is to obtain information and then to verify that information. So think of it as a pop quiz, right? So somebody comes in and they fill out their name, physical address, date of birth, tax ID number, and then you verify it with this other document, right? And you're tracking what that other document is. And I'm not going to get into the specific details here, but that's a 2-step process. And a lot of times when I go in on the front lines, I find out that it's all blended together where somebody's just taking that ID and they're typing it in directly. Remember, it is a significant red flag if I misspell my name, or if I put the wrong address down. That is something that needs to be followed up in. If I put my date of birth wrong, that is a red flag that I may not be who I'm representing myself as. So I bring it up we were going to do it high level. I'm not going to get into the details of CIP here quite as deep, but keep in mind that it's a 2-step process and it is the very beginning of your customer due diligence program.